A lot of the hero augments are performing well in TFT's latest patch, where Syndra is finally gone from the meta. Today I'll focus on Lillia's hero augment, High Horsepower, and show you guys an augment combination that made her heal the full after every cast. What's up guys, I finally hit Masters after a lot of grinding, 119 games. It isn't the most compared to the other guys you'll see at ladder, where all of the pros have so many games, but I'm pretty happy to hit it the earliest I have. And I'm going to show you guys a game of the Lillia hero augment, which I believe to be the best hero augment in the meta. You can see over here from TFT Academy, which is the plug, shout out their website, one of the best resources for TFT right now, that the best comps in the meta are these two. We have Zoe Ahri roll, which is really dominant if you're able to hit that Ahri3. And from their website, they list that you basically play the same variant of Zoe Ahri roll, but instead of itemizing Lillia or Poppy as a tank, you just put hybrid AP items on Lillia. She doesn't hit multiple enemies for their cast anymore, but she will do a lot more damage. This should actually say 300% over here, bonus damage. So since the hero augment got buffed last patch, and to confirm these stats, we can go to tactics.tools advanced explorer, where you can put in these parameters with Lillia 3-star with 3 items. All of the good units you play, Hecarim being number 1, of course being a Bastion, same with Taric and Poppy as your 4 Bastion frontline, will be Zoe and Ahri with the lowest delta. If you're able to get in a spot where you're rerolling Zoe and Ahri as well as Lillia, you can win the game pretty easily. It's the best variant by far. And if you cap out your comp with Ryze and Milio, which has pretty good stats, this is basically the end board you're gonna get, aside from adding an Akarna unit at level 9 or something. 4 Bastion, 4 Scholar, and then Lillia doing a lot of damage with all the support from these units. It's definitely the end goal for the comp. And for the items you're gonna play with Lillia, the best one is BT because she needs that healing, and stuff like Crown Guard and Spark are thought to be extremely good. It's actually what TFT Academy recommends for Lillia over here. You can get away with stuff like Handed Justice as well, and if you're building Hodge, you're also going to be building JG. Alright, as we get into the game, we saw that it was Gold Opener. Gold Opener is very good for comps that want a lot of econ to hit. For example, reroll comps that you need to push a lot of gold to 3-star units, or perhaps even 4-cost comps where you want to hit a copy of all your 2-star 4-costs and stabilize. Since the Gold Opener, I'm able to make econ by selling the Soraka, and right now I'm just holding on to the Frost pair because that made the most sense. Over right, I'll draw your attention. You can see that I recognize a few of these players from other regions. A few of them are from JP. We have Shima Pen and Mori JP1, and MSJ Cosmo was actually at EWC. So I made interest last round, which was good, and you can see that I'm holding to Lillia pair and Zillion pair, so I'm leaning into my strongest openers while staying above 10 gold. I get an orb over here and I can sell the Ziggs, even though I had Ziggs pair, and what I should be doing is selling this Ashe for Zoe, because I should really be leading into the openers I have. We have the Frost units on the left, and then with Lillia, even though I don't have other units, Lillia and Zoe tie in together because they're played in the Zoe real line, which I said earlier was super good. And for the augments, I can immediately roll out middle and right. In my mind, I don't think Epitaph is that good early on. The stats support that as well. And Cluttered Mind has just been super clunky in my opinion, even though it is an econ augment that can help you hit. Holding all of those additional pairs will cost a lot of gold, and at this point of the game, I don't think it's that good. So in my mind, I think that Hunting Frenzy stands out to me. They had a buff to Hunters this patch, which makes it a pretty good comp, and despite the Kog'Maw nerf, this augment has really good performance in the stats because you're supposed to go in level 7 and play a board revolving around the Hunters and Wukong. So I'm thinking about Hunting Frenzy with Lasso Spear components on bench, but I get High Horsepower with 2 copies of Lillia on the bench. I'll have 5 after taking this, and even though my components aren't the best for it, I'm able to, maybe get Lillia early. So I played this Lillia on my board. My strongest board will be playing 2 Lillias, and at this point of the game, I should be in a decent spot. Now, I said BT and stuff like Crown Guard and Spark is best, and I don't have any direct components for BT, but Hodge won't even be that bad. In this fight, I decide not to slam, because in TFT, it's a good habit to not slam your items if you know you're going to win the fight already. Shima Pen is clearly sacking because he has what doesn't kill you, so there's no real reason for me to slam my items, and I can wait. Perhaps if you face a lot of people early on that are greeting, you don't have to slam your items, and you can maybe get a better component on carousel. Who knows? It's fine. I make sure to pick up the Zoe pair in the shop over here, and it's just a chill point in the game where I just want to scout around and have a 3-1 roll down for all of my 3-star 1 cost. So over here, nothing much of significance in the shop, and I'm thinking of slamming Hodge because I said earlier it's an okay option. If you want to do a build that has a lot of damage, you can do like Hodge JG and Rabadons or a BT. But at this point, you can see that Mori JP1 is leaning into that Ahri line. Since he's not that weak, I slam Hodge. I probably didn't need to slam it, but Ahri does a surprising amount of damage, so just to be safe, I slammed it. And I can already tell that there's going to be a lot of Lillias and Ahris and Zoes contested in the game, because when I scouted around, there's a lot. This charm is also pretty decent. It's a minor wish, which has a bunch of different effects. You can get things like a random champion, a random temporary item. I think for minor wish in particular, I heard someone in a stream that it's worth taking the charm if you're guaranteed to make the econ threshold, right? If you get the minor wish charm 2-1, you shouldn't maybe take it because it's gonna grief your econ by maybe not giving you gold or a champion. But if you want that combat power or that strength, it's definitely worth taking it, right? Like paying 1 gold for 2 dummies is super worth it. And something I really want to show you guys really quick before I continue the VOD is MetaTFT's charm tool, which you can access by downloading their app. No ad. If you see over here, they have a section with charms in different stages, and you can see the average placement of various charms, which is super helpful to help you determine if a charm is worth it or not. Even though they're all situational, it should give you a good idea of the strength of each individual charm. So we can see a minor wish. Even though the average placements aren't as broken as something like minor gambit, it still can be decent to click, especially if you want to win rounds, because I was in a 2 streak. You can see that rerolls and champions are slightly higher because those are the econ ones, but even stuff like dummy and item isn't the complete worst to have, especially if you want to push that win streak. Let's get back into the game. You can see I'm facing Yuhao, who's I think angling into the Zoe comp as well, but he's flexible, so he's probably pushing fast 8. Flexible is still a very good augment, even though it got nerfed, because it still gives a lot of HP and flexibility into what I guess comp you can build in. And you can see that that guy had 2 Lillias, and I'm scouting around, there's so many Lillias gone. Fortunately, like I said, the bag sizes should make it, I guess, possible for me to hit Lillia 3, but it's gonna be a bit more annoying to hit it as everyone's holding one. I think I counted like 10 gone from this spot. And as we get into the carousel, I have an open chain, so I'm either thinking a tank item or something like a rod or a sword to build into BT or something like Archangels. And at this point, what component we guys take here? Sword or cloak? I think I messed up by taking sword, because around over here, not much going on. Just making sure I have all the units in my team planner. And this guy took replication, has a pretty strong front line. No way we ever beat this right now. He also has tank Jace, which is interesting. But we're going into the important round of 3-1, where we're gonna roll down our gold and focus on all the 1-cost pairs that we need to hit, particularly Lillia, Zoe, Poppy, and we get a Hecarim and Chop, which was pretty good. And yeah, we're just gonna be preparing for the inevitable 1-cost reroll round. 3-1 is when you want to do it, because it's the round before you naturally level to 5 and have the best odds to hit your 1-cost. So here you can see that I get dropped good components for Hodge specifically. Like I said earlier, I'm going to be building that JG, but more importantly, it's going to be the roll down. Let's see how I handle this. It was pretty early in the morning, so I was sleepy playing this yesterday, but hopefully I did a decent job of rolling down. Okay, most important thing over here, I'm be buying the charm so it doesn't show up. It's free, and I'm going to be holding the additional 1-cost. I'm buying the Seraphine, which I didn't really need to do, but I'm just focused on the good units over here, hopefully not missing anything. I find that Lillia, a Zoe. I'm hitting a lot of Zoe, so I can go for it, even though I didn't have a lot. And I'm 1 off Lillia at this point, so I'm going to be digging the 30 and potentially pushing levels. If you're playing 1-cost reroll, you don't really want to roll it to 0 unless you really have to hit. But at this point, since I'm so close, I want to dig to maybe like 30 or even 20 gold to hit my stuff. And fortunately, I hit a Hecarim and a Lillia, which is really good. I didn't hit that many Poppies, which was a bit concerning, but at this point, I had the Lillia 3 with the JG. 3 items, technically 2.5, because I don't really count Fairy Crown as a good item if it's 2 fairy. And yeah, it's a decent point in the game. The Katarina shouldn't be played. I should really be playing something like, I don't know, like another Zoe 2 or another Hecarim over it, but it's fine. Witnessing how strong high house power is, it's Lillia 3, so she's gonna do a lot of damage, right? Luckily, I was able to hit that Lillia despite a lot of people holding it because of the back sizes. And let's get into the second augment over here. I don't really like any of these. I think Find Vintage is too slow, and with only a component or 2 components in my bench, I can't take it. Misconnections, I don't really need more econ because I already hit my primary carry. And at this point, I'm just thinking about taking Unified, even though the positioning is gonna be awkward. you can definitely make it work by backlining a lot of the units. And I'm gonna reroll middle and we get row rejuvenation. Typically row rejuvenation isn't the best silver augment for a lot of comps, but for Lillia, who really wants that omnivamp, it's gonna be really good. We can see on tactics.tools to confirm this on Diamond Plus for Lillia 3-star. If you go to augments and sort by silver, there's not a lot of sample size, so we can move to emerald. But the best augment at 3-2 for silver is row rejuvenation, and I'm gonna show you why with the gameplay that is gonna unfold. But I'm able to take that row rejuvenation and have a good time. I'm just thinking about it because I thought unified was good, but I'm looking at the stats at this point and it's pretty clear. I'm able to high roll a rise, which was insane. I didn't play it this turn because I didn't see it fast enough, but should definitely be over this Katarina, who's only giving me fairy. So I'm facing Shimapen, who is playing Syndra. Loose streak Syndra, no combat augments post nerf. I don't think that's a good idea. Over here I'm trying to build my best board. I have 4 Bastion available with that, and let me know if there was a better board I could have built in the comments. It was pretty hard, but I thought that since my primary carry is Lillia, the best board I could have built was the Bastion. Maybe fairy wasn't super important, but since I didn't have a last item to build on her, I elect to play the Seraphine 2 to give me that fairy. So I'm facing Millennium Fox over here. This guy is the Zoe reroll who missed, and holding all the Zoes is a good move because it denies this guy while being able to, you know, make me have a unit to play on level 7 and 8, which is that 4 Bastion 4 Scholar board that we really want. So as we go into carousel, I had an open sword and an open chain. As I'm waffling in the team planner, just trying to build my end board, trying to see over here what would you guys take. I'm trying to build a last item for Lillia because the fairy crown isn't the most valuable, and with an open sword I just take BT because the rod was taken already. And yeah, at this point we're just gonna be pushing levels. There's not gonna be too much going on aside from positioning. You guys all heard of the, I guess, CN positioning tech where you try to have the RE wrap and the Lillia, but it isn't as important in this, I guess, comp because we're not playing around primary RE since there are so many rerollers we're not able to hit. But just watch the Lillia as she's able to just tank so much, and with row rejuvenation giving full omnivamp because I backline most of the units. I obviously want a frontline unit to offset all of the other enemy carries, but having that much omnivamp on Lillia, double healing, is gonna be really good if they don't have anti-heal. And over here I pick up the charm, and I want to maintain my streak going to neutrals. Some of the boards are pretty strong. We see a Nami on one of the other person's board who took flexible. The sleight of hand guy is still 94 HP, so hopefully we win this. And you can see over here MSJ Cosmo is super strong, right? He has Bard 2, he has Ari, Zillion, 2 TGs, and Slam components. So let's see if our Lillia is able to 1v9. The one thing to note is he doesn't have anti-heal. Anti-heal is just super good in this set in general, with I think red buff being the best anti-heal item for carries like Rise, Karma, stuff like that. But yeah, I just destroy him because he doesn't have a carry to burst my Lillia yet, and because he doesn't have anti-heal, he's gonna take a lot of damage. But here I high rolled again. I found the Taric, which was really good, and since I'm not going for Poppy 3, I can just sell the Poppy because it doesn't give me much. Even though typically you would want it 3 stars in this comp, I should just play around the Shen because I have the pair, and I just make money over here at level. And with these components, what would you guys build over here? In my mind, I kind of want tank items, but as I said earlier, anti-heal is super important in the meta to allow, you know, the Lillia to be able to one-shot everything and the carries not to heal the full. So I elect to build Morello on Rise. I'm just hovering it over here, and I could build a Vow, but I want tier to be open for either a mana item on the Rise or, more importantly, static shift. So we're facing the other guy over here is also angling Rise. We just destroy him because he doesn't have that single target damage to burst Lillia, while my Lillia has like so much damage, right? Over here we pause and we can immediately rule out the augment on the right. Doesn't really provide value. Who are we gonna put it on? But it's a dilemma here, right? What's better, Bastion Crest or double row rejuvenation? So if we look at the stats and sort by gold augments taking at 3-2, we can see that the best things will be stuff like Arcana Crest, Higher Education, stuff like that. Spellblades, these are all just broken AP augments, but row rejuvenation is over here. Bastion Crest is decent because you can play for that 6 Bastion, but I don't think it's that good because you just want those combat augments that give a lot of AP, or something like Omnivamp from row rejuvenation. Basically any good combat, right? And there's a good argument where you can take Bastion Crest because I think double dipping on Omnivamp might not be the most effective, But you know, I just wanted to test a really high Omnivamp Lillia, and instead of going Bastion Crest, which I don't think is a like deal breaker. For example, if I got an augment like Spellblades or something like that, or like maybe Magic Wand, I would have taken it. But I don't think Bastion Crest is enough to swing me for an augment like this, Row Rejuvenation 2, even though I have one already. Let me know in the comments if you guys think I should have taken Bastion Crest. But yeah, over here, just reroll it. I don't think Combat Bandages is that good. I paused because I checked over here. I just go level 8. I hit Minor Wish, which gave me a temporary Zephyr, and I'm just rolling down to hit a few more upgrades because I know Rise is contested. Maybe I can hit that Rise pair, which I do. And even though I'm not directly going for Zoe 3, I should buy it just to grief the other guy and deny all the other Zoe players. Decent board over here. 4 Bastion, 3 Scholar. Decent spot in the game. You can see I get dropped the Zephyr. I kind of troll this because look, I don't know why. Let me know. I think there's a bug in the game, by the way, where Yuumi blocks a Zephyr, because I definitely didn't slam this too late. And yeah, I think there's a pretty big bug where Yuumi can block Zephyrs if it's on the unit, which is pretty dumb. So unlucky, my thing got wasted. But our Lillia and all our Rise, everyone is focusing the guy, and you can see over here, every time the Lillia cast, she just heals it full. Basically, this Lillia right now is a check where if you don't have enough burst damage to kill it, you're cooked. If you don't have anti-heal, you're dead. So I'm streaking over here, and I don't want to roll too deep, potentially push 9, but I just want combat charms and the potential to hit something like the Rise 2. So I do that. I think that Kalista is probably better than a Seraphine 2 to give me Fairy to the Lillia. If I were given a chance, I'd probably play 4 Scholar over Fairy. But the thing is, I don't have a like Scholar carry like Ari or Zoe to justify it. So I think it was fine to keep the Fairy over here. Yeah, this guy I got killed because my Lillia didn't target correctly, and his board was pretty good. He was playing Portal, and with an open chain and tier, you ask what components are you going for. I really want that Shiv for Camille, which is really good. I maybe even want a Cloak and a Rod because it builds into that Shred, which is super important, but I'm not able to get any, and I'm not taking this sword item. You can take sword for Shojin on Rise, but I really wanted to greed like Shred, right? But like my HP is good enough to be able to greed those components, so I just don't slam it. I'll just slam a Bramble because I got double chain. I roll over here twice trying to get a combat charm, and I got pretty lucky hitting that Rise and that Ari. And yeah, at this point, all I really have to do is roll for combat charms and push level 9. I think the tankiest unit in my board is the upgraded Shen 2, and he's someone I can sell later for Diana. You can see over here, this guy is a cheater. He had 2 Witchcraft spats after getting flexible, his initial one being Vanguard, and you can see that this comp can struggle a bit with like high burst comps. Like Witchcraft is known to be high burst, so this guy is gonna melt my Lillia, but I think our spot in the game is still decent, being able to push levels, and I'm rolling for a combat charm. I wanted to roll once because I was able to stay above 10, but I didn't want to roll below that because I wanted to make interest, and I missed on a combat charm. Unfortunately, I'm just scouting over here, making sure that my tank is in front of Lillia, and oh, Syndra 3. Let's see how good Syndra is after the nerfs. So the thing is, he still has Wukong 2 and has double combat augment, so even though he's Syndra 3, my Lillia is just able to heal the fool because he doesn't have any anti-heal. Even though it dies, he still gets overwhelmed, and he's going bot 4. It's the revenge of Syndra, right? For being so OP, now she's like very, very underwhelming, which is good. He hit Wukong 3, fortunately. I played him last round where before he hit, I'm going to be at neutrals round. And at this point of the game, I think the most important thing was me rolling for that Lillia on 3-1 and just recognizing my items. So yeah, over here, I do get a sword, which builds into Shojin, but I pop this anvil, and yeah, I'm able to greed for Shiv, and I'm getting it. The super important thing in this comp is getting Shred somehow. Usually it's a Spark through a secondary tank like Poppy or someone like that, but since I'm not able to get anything else 3-star like Ari or Zoe, since I had to push, since these players were playing the comp, I just go for a Rise secondary. So I'm just gonna push level 9 over here, and at this point of the game, there's not gonna be much. It's just gonna be rolling for charms. This one's a new one, which is pretty cool. It's a charm that gives you magic resist for a round, and it's gonna be really effective against magic comps, which most of the lobby is playing. You can see Draco over here, who's that replication player. He gets the Preserver +1, and he's playing for that fast 9. He does deal a lot of damage, which is pretty scary, but let's just watch the Lillia. Yeah, like this is why it's so important to build anti-heal item, guys. This meta is a lot of healing, and especially with the Return of Portal and stuff like that, and units like Tarek, who's like just a big shield and stuff like that. it's gonna be super effective. I buy this charm over here for combat every round. I'm like thinking if I should like sack backline value just so I can put Lillia in the front. I'm like, nah. I'm playing the portal unit as well over Zoe because I had 3 scholar. Nora is a lot better than Zoe too, so yeah, I keep those options open. And since I'm not probably playing around Zoe, I can sell the extra Zoe. Look at this fight, like I'm speechless, man. Great. Yeah. I mean, Row Rejuvenation probably won me like a lot of rounds when I wouldn't be able to. So my job is just to roll for a combat charm every round and push levels, right? Like, yeah, I mean, that guy hit 2 witchcraft emblems of flexible. Like, come on. Yeah, you can see more JP over here. He's the guy who missed with the rise. He also doesn't have anti-heal, so even though he rolls one from the portal, it's not enough. Over here you can see in the carousel, I wanted to go for a rise item or maybe even another tank item, but there's not really any good ones. I wanted Gwynsus, but it gets taken, so my best option could have been to deny Yu Hao, because you can think that, oh, he's playing witchcraft, I can deny him, but he's winning the game already. He has too many emblems, right? My rationale of taking something else is you just want to make him stronger by giving him more spats, and I want to secure a 2nd place because the HP gap is so high. We get a pyro emblem, which I guess works because we're playing that Shen, so we have to play him for the rest of the game. And at this point, it's just me rolling for combat charms, like I said earlier. We're just gonna be watching this Lillia completely dominate everyone in the fights. So I can go over here. Lillia's on the left, and looking at his board, he has no anti-heal, so guess what? He's gonna have a hard time killing the Lillia. But the thing about his board is this Morgana 2 units super tanky and just kills me. Like, his board is actually really good, but since I preserved so much of HP from the comp I'm playing, I'm able to secure a 2nd because anyone's gonna die to the H witchcraft player, right? This combat charm, give a random back row champion, is pretty good. The thing is, I can't really do the strat where you move all of your units to the top to guarantee the back row thing, because I have row rejuvenation and I don't want to, like, you know, put all my backline in the front. So it's whatever. Who gets the buff? Whoever gets the buff gets it. But yeah, we're facing Cosmo over here, even though his whole team is focused onto the Lillia. Yeah, it just seals the ball. Like, bruh, this I don't know, this augment combination is just super funny. I'm facing the 8 witchcraft player left, and I don't think I'm ever winning around against him. I think I try it at least once, but I'm just cooked. Yeah, this was a showcase of the Lillia game that I played with high horsepower and row rejuvenation. Like, the items really don't matter here, but you know what, we're just gonna see. I'm getting cooked for sure though. Yeah, I'm gonna be having more content revolving like gameplay and stuff like that. And guys, but I just surrender over here. That's really it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and let me know about other videos you want to see. And be sure to join my Discord as well, because my Discord has all the infographics I make and notifies you when I have a video. And that's it. Have a nice day. See you guys.